Welcome back. Now, market news. Now, Asian markets were mixed on Monday morning as investors look ahead to a week chock full of crucial events, including high-level trade talks between China and the United States. Now, hopes that a deal can be struck between the world's top two economies have helped fuel a rally this month in global equities, which had, of course, been hammered last year in December. While there have been conflicting reports on the likelihood of an agreement to end the trade war, analysts say that it is in the interest of both sides to reach a deal, with China's economy stuttering and President Donald Trump, of course, gearing up for his re-election campaign. Wilbur Ross, the Secretary of Commerce, of course, even denouncing and saying that the deal is far, far away. Negativity reigned on the Asian market, however, by close of the Nikkei, also actually slipping 0.2% to 20,649. The Hang Seng was unmoved at 27,567 points, while Shanghai's composite edged 0.2% lower to end the day at 2,596 points. On to the United States now, where Wall Street ended higher on Friday after a broad-based rally, with investors heartened by news that Washington would move to temporarily end the longest U.S. government shutdown in history, 35 days. Dow Jones Industrial rising 0.75% to 24,721, while the S&P 500 gained 0.8%. That's to 2,663 points. The Nasdaq Composite, the biggest mover, adding 1.3% to 7,164 points. Topsy-turvy market, of course, the U.S. shutdown coming to an end is certainly some bit of good news. And of course, that China-U.S. trade deal, not exactly sure where things stand on that front. Wilbur Ross saying that a deal is far, far away, but it does seem that the Chinese officials may indeed be stuttering along. Donald Trump doesn't seem to have all his cards in a row at present, and things not necessarily going his way. But let's see how markets are faring right after what has been a turbulent week, and a week, of course, where a lot of news is expected. We always get that market picture on the Monday as well, and we get to unpack exactly what's going on. Let's chat to Bright Khumalo, Portfolio Manager at Vestact Asset Management. Bright, thank you so much for the time, but a slight tinge of green on today's markets, perhaps filtering through from last week, you reckon?
Yes, the markets are doing what they're doing. It's been very interesting, but like you're saying, Asia has been leading the charge there. I saw the JSE is up 0.1%, but there's a lot of things happening. But my favorite, what caught my attention is the fact that Davos is over. No one invited me, so I'm so angry about that. And I know, in the media, someone described it as, it's a fireman's convention to a bunch of arsonists. I agree. And the highlight for me was when Bono said, capitalism is amoral and it needs to be fixed, blah, 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 whatever. I don't take that too seriously. This is a guy that's worth $700 million US or more. Was an early investor at Facebook and Spotify and the likes. It's like, walking inside a room full of petrol and just handing over, matches to the guys in the room there. That's what he did at Davos, because he's one of them.
Yeah. Look, don't worry. I wasn't invited to Davos either. So, of course, glad that that's certainly over. So, 0.1% to the good, as you noted there as well. So, we'll continue to unpack exactly what's going on. Look, the likes of Anglo-American going up there as well. We seem to have a slight problem, however, with our connection with Bright. So, we'll try to get a hold of that as soon as we possibly can. Of course, fun conversation with him always at a great time. Now, it's a runaway train, it seems, for the South African rand as well. It's gone up to 13.62 against the US dollar. The move on that front clearly being boosted by things that are going on out in the United States, of course. And of course, locally, let's never forget as well that a whole slew of economic data is expected out as well this week. The likes of PPI is expected to come from Stats SA on Thursday. The expectation there is for that number to drift lower from 6.8% to 6%. That's for the December figure. And also a trade data is expected out on Thursday too. So we'll get to unpack all of that economic number and see exactly what it is doing to South Africa's local markets and of course for confidence. Now, whether Davos worked or not is certainly going to be of keen interest, and whether South Africa really shared that investment case. Of course, the likes of SAA also stepping ever closer to getting that bailout, as well as banks concede and perhaps share some of that 3.5 billion rand it needs in order to function at least until April. We'll continue to unpack the markets and a lot more economic news. Unfortunate, of course, with Bright Khumalo, who is portfolio manager at Vestact Asset Management. More news coming up right after this short break.